Hello, and welcome to the BlueMilk podcast, where we talk about anything and everything involving Star Wars. Be careful, opinions can be very offensive on this show.
Oh, yeah.
Anyway, this would be
Tyler.
I'm BJ.
Jacob.
I'm drinking.
That's Dirk.
Regardless, today on the BlueMilk podcast, I figured that since the last episode, everyone got a topic in, I would start this one off. My topic for today,
Thank you.
is how does everyone feel about J.J. Abrams being the director of both Episode 7 and now Episode 9 or 8? No, they already did it. No.
Your ancestors are used to that 9 word,
It
aren't
is
you?
9, isn't it?
9. It's 9.
Yeah, he is the director of Episode 9 as well.
I think Jacob missed my comment.
Yeah, I heard your comment.
He ignored it.
I heard it.
Anyway, how does anyone really have an issue with the fact that J.J. Abrams is indeed kind of in control or helming?
Is he directing or is he writing?
He's directing.
He usually has a writing credit in there as well.
I'd rather have Ryan Johnson direct.
We already have that for 8.
I know. I'd rather him do 9 as well.
I don't want him to do 9.
Well, then who
Ryan Johnson's a great director. Don't get me wrong. Same thing with J.J. Abrams. I don't want a prequel again. I don't want the prequels to happen again. Where a single director has complete control over everything and has no...
Well, Disney's not going to allow that to happen to begin with.
I understand,
even in the
but-
case of Episode 7, J.J. had a writing credit, and he was the director, but he wasn't the only writer.
And also executive producer.
Yeah. But he wasn't the only writer. He wasn't the only executive producer.
It's true.
So there were other people there to like curb whatever kind of influence certain people might have.
Okay, then on your topic, can I add something?
Alright, what's up?
Who would you, if you don't like J.J. Abrams being the director, who would you rather see direct it?
Hang on, I gotta sneeze.
I like the fact that Ron Howard is directing the Han Solo movie.
Yeah, I like that too.
You know, if Jake doesn't get a chance to respond to this, he's probably going to explode. So why don't you let him go first?
No, I mean, I pretty much said my piece. I don't want J.J. Abrams as director because I don't want...
Of Episode 9?
Of Episode 9, yeah.
Okay. Then who would
I wasn't
you...
Was he okay with Episode 7?
I wasn't completely okay with Episode 7. It's almost a rehash of Episode 4.
Yeah.
The only difference is that the vehicles, the characters are a little bit different because you have a female lead character, you have a black character who's kind of prominent in the first part.
Prominent, yeah. Prominent.
Now,
So, I mean...
You kind of do have a confusion of who's really lead role.
In the beginning, but you see, it's Rey by the end. It's
By the end, yeah, that's true. But in the beginning, it can kind of it kind of switches
because
from
you start out
Poe
with Finn.
to Finn,
They go
and then to Rey.
Well, Finn or Poe was supposed to die in the original story.
Yeah.
Right.
If I remember correctly. Like, he was actually supposed to die with the crashing of the TIE.
Right.
But they brought him back.
Okay. Well, then, anyways, who would you rather see direct Episode 9?
Do you want my honest opinion?
Yeah.
George Lucas.
Really?
Give him
Go
one
fuck
more.
yourself.
Really?
I want to...
No, he had his chance with the fucking prequels, and look what
The
fucking
thing
happened.
is, it's not really his fault. All he had was Yes Man. If
I-
he
okay, asshole, then it's not Abrams' fault that Episode 7 sucked either.
That's true. I kind of like the idea of having a different director for each movie. So Episode 7 is obviously J.J. Abrams. 8 is
Ryan
Johnson.
Dan Johnson.
9, I really want James Cameron to do.
Oh.
That could be interesting, actually. James Cameron.
4-hour Episode 9.
Dude, no, sorry. I mean, imagine like a fucking Avatar-esque epic that's Star Wars.
No shit.
Just and imagine he does it in like 3D
Dancing with
the way
Wolves with Star Wars.
Suck.
Well, Dancing with Wolves is essentially what Avatar
That's
was.
what I was
It's like
saying.
the story of Pocahontas. It's the story that's been
I
told a million times.
Suppose.
But imagine like his method of doing it in 3D and having him like have those resources to make it look as beautiful as Avatar did, but in Star Wars.
I think that would ruin the previous episodes.
Yeah, because it has to match. It's Star Wars.
But the
It's
thing
gotta
is,
follow the same
every director,
let him have a spin-off.
fucking
but no,
feel.
every director has their own spin on it, and every movie has felt a
Then
certain
do
way.
a different movie. Don't make it episode
9.
whatever.
Do a spin-off.
Different episode or a different.
Like do one of like the
different
Han
movie.
Solo
Yes,
movie or
yes,
like Rogue
or
One or
Kenobi.
something like that, or Kenobi. Yeah, I could see that. That would
do
be
it that
cool.
way.
All right,
Do
yeah,
it
that's
more
fine.
fantastical if you're going to do it that way.
Or
I could
just
see
make it
that,
Mm-hmm.
but Cameron would be a good choice. I would like to see that. What about you?
Director?
Yeah, are you okay with J.J. Abrams?
I like J.J. Abrams. I
Ooh.
have no issue with anything he's done. I was really impressed
Big
with
fan
what
of
he
the
did with Star
entire
Wars.
Lost TV series.
Well,
Yeah.
he wasn't there
Okay.
for the entire
No, it
season.
wasn't.
He was an
series.
I
executive
didn't
producer
care for
on all
that
of it,
at
though,
all,
wasn't he?
but
No,
Oh, really?
he dropped out at season 4.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
I'm thinking more along the lines of what he did with Star Trek. I was really impressed with that.
So I'm okay with episode 7 being the way it is, because I mean honestly it does indeed have a lot of similarities with episode 4. So it was like watching episode 4 just with new people and them starting it in a new direction. So I'm like, okay, whatever.
I see it as it brought back the feel of episode 4.
Yeah. You got your way, I got mine. Regardless.
Fair enough.
Shut up.
I don't have a problem with JJ. I don't have a problem. Like I haven't seen 8. I mean 8 hasn't come out yet,
Right.
so there's really no way for me to know whether or not I'll be okay or not okay with 8 and Ryan Johnson.
Yeah.
Is
Sorry, I didn't know you were talking to me.
Yeah. But that the director, I don't know how that would be. But for episode 9, I think what would be an interesting. And since I kind of got my mind thinking, since Tyler here mentioned James Cameron, it kind of got my mind thinking about who else would actually be a really good director,
That would be interesting.
or would be an interesting way to do a Star Wars movie.
Stanley Kubrick.
No, that would
Oh
be
dear God.
that would be rough. That
Oh,
would
dear
be
God.
way too fucking rough.
Oh
And
dear God.
it probably wouldn't even be like most people would just not like Star Wars.
That
after
would be like saying Quentin Tarantino.
Oh no,
That could
would
be interesting.
that would be awesome.
That would be
great.
interesting.
No,
like a Pulp Fiction kind of Star Wars.
He'd be good for a Sith offshoot of
No,
the Star Wars.
No,
I'm just
bounty
thinking-
hunters. It has to be something.
It has to be
bounty
totally
Oh,
bounty,
yeah,
hunters.
bounty hunters.
Like
Yeah.
like a Boba Fett
Yeah.
spin-off done in
Boba-
Quentin Tarantino.
Boba Fett. Boba Fett.
Yeah,
Down south. Boba Fett.
Yeah,
Boba Fett.
Boba Fett.
Boba Fett.
But I was thinking for like, but I'm thinking
With
for like
little Mama Jabba.
Mama Jabba, Mama Jabba.
Oh my gosh.
Boba Fett and Mama Jabba.
But
Go down
regardless,
to Walmart.
I'm thinking like an interesting director to have for like episode 9 or like an actual main movie would be he's an actor.
Yes, he plays the guy from Harry Potter in the second one.
Yeah.
The thing with the stuff.
Faith,
With the guy.
no, you're watching this. Faith,
He
you're going
does
to
it.
slap me in the
No.
face when you see this.
Just say
The,
it.
the guy that played Lockhart in Harry
Yeah.
Potter.
I can't think of
Who the hell's Lockhart?
from Harry
The,
Potter.
the,
The Chamber of
the
Secrets.
guy that's like
Kevin
a complete
Kline?
asshole. No.
Harry Potter,
Oh,
Chamber
with
of
the
Secrets.
he's got Voldemort on the
blo-
back of his head.
No,
No,
that's the first guy.
that's the first one, the
This
second
is
one.
the other guy that like took credit for everything and was like a teacher of the dark arts and.
Yeah, that's Kevin.
wrote the
Oh,
book?
oh yeah.
No, that's not Kevin Kline.
Fuck, what is his name?
He also played Henry V.
Yeah.
He's a classical Shakespearean actor.
Okay, I'm pulling
It's
out
not
my
Yul
phone.
Brynner.
No,
it's not Yul Brynner.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
No.
I forgot his name.
That's cheating.
Yeah,
It's
Peter
okay.
You're
Pumpkinator.
supposed to know your shit.
Yeah, I know. Well, technically, I don't know my shit, and that's
Well,
the problem.
I really don't know my shit, and I know more shit than your shit.
The director.
Kenneth Branagh.
That's
Kenneth
what I
Branagh.
meant.
Brennan.
Kenneth
Same
Branagh.
thing.
Yeah, that guy. He directed the first Thor movie. He's Shakespeareanly trained.
Did he direct it?
He
Yeah,
directed
he
the
did
first
direct
Thor
it, yeah.
movie.
And Thor is
Impressive.
actually very.
Yeah, it is. I like
Yeah,
Thor.
and he's classically trained in the theater. I would like to see since Star Wars itself
Shit.
since Star Wars itself draws a lot of influences from like a lot of old classic
Then why not
literature.
Patrick Stewart?
Patrick Stewart doesn't direct.
Get him to direct.
He doesn't want to.
won't
Clearly,
direct.
he clearly
Just be,
doesn't want to.
let him be an actor. Oh.
Yeah, and he would.
That would be a
like,
weird
excellent.
fucking crossover between Star Trek and
Right?
Star Wars. Get Patrick Stewart to
Why?
show up. I know. I don't have a problem with it.
Yes!
I don't have a fucking problem with it, but I'm just saying it would be weird. But
Adjusting
regardless,
his tunic every 5 seconds.
no,
That'd
I
be
would like to
awesome.
see. I would like to see Kenneth Branagh like the director of a Star Wars and bring like a classic kind of like literature, classic feel to Star Wars, because none of the other directors have ever been like classically trained in Shakespeare and like the theater.
But again, you couldn't go with inline episodes.
No, he can't be
for
in
that type
He
of
wouldn't
director.
be able to.
You would
No,
have
I
to
would
do
want.
an offshoot.
I would want to see him do an episode. I'd want to see him do
Then
9.
you're going to run into the same issue.
You're not going to run into an issue because he could tie it in. I mean, just look at the Thor movie and how well the first one was.
Exactly.
And I mean, he started a trilogy. Like, other directors picked up off of what he made and did
they
it that
suck.
Well, they sucked, but his was good.
His was great. Yeah.
We haven't seen the third Thor yet. That hasn't come out either. And
Ragnarok,
that's
yeah.
supposed to be, like,
I hope
good
it's
or
good.
whatever.
That's next
you know.
month, right? November?
I think it's a pile of shit, but that's a different risk.
Thor meets
Disagree.
Mace Windu.
Yeah. Regardless.
That would be interesting.
But regardless,
It
I
would-
think I would like to see... just look at how Return of the Jedi was. Like, just imagine the iconography of, like, episode 6 of Star Wars. Like, when you first see, like...
The Ewoks.
Well, no, and The Empire Strikes Back is actually what I'm thinking of. Like, think of
Okay.
the iconography of Empire Strikes Back when, like, Han had just been frozen in carbonite, and you see Darth Vader walk out from, like, the fog, like, the mist and, like, the fog and everything, and he lights his red lightsaber, and Han and Luke is standing down there, and he's looking up at him, and the lights is blue, and you have that moment where they're squaring off against each other, and then Luke jumps up and they start the fight or whatever. Like, just imagine something like that done, but, like, in a more classic manner, like theater.
Who directed?
But you're
that was a bad scene to put classical theater
No,
in my
what,
head.
what I kept thinking whenever you kept saying that.
Why doth thou?
Yes!
You do realize that they wrote the original trilogy in Shakespearean language, right?
Yeah, I know. I've seen one of the books.
I've never read it. I want to.
I saw. We have it at the shop.
Do you really?
In the back.
Oh,
yeah,
okay.
I can pull it out one time.
You should.
But it's like episode 4, A New Hope, done in Shakespearean done in Shakespearean. Like the whole book, it's written out
That
as
would be cool.
Shakespearean.
That would be really, really cool.
Yeah.
Well,
I like that.
Who's the director of The Princess Bride? It's that last scene that I keep thinking of.
Let me go check.
I think that'd be amazing.
Really.
Yeah, like not like an actual episode. I want a spin-off.
Okay.
Something nice, not like has to be serious, like Rogue
See, like I
One.
think you guys are putting too much emphasis on the fact that like all of these will be like spin-offs. It's like we don't really like if they're really good directors.
Rob Reiner.
Okay.
If they're really good directors, they'll be able to bring their style in without making it clash with the rest.
Right.
And I would really like to see Kenneth Branagh actually do this.
Where were we just? Oh, actually, this is a good one. Droids in Star Wars are very important. And I had this thought during Rogue One because I really enjoy the K2SO character.
Ooh,
Yeah.
yeah,
really
he's solid.
enjoy.
He's fun.
that
I like him.
He's great.
Definitely brought to life very well by
Alan Tudyk.
Yeah, Alan Tudyk.
Oh, I remember.
Firefly. I remembered what.
Awesome.
what mine was.
In Star Wars, droids are very important. We have astro droids, we have medic droids, we have protocol droids. So, my question to you guys is, in Rogue One, K2 was a reprogrammed Imperial droid.
Mm-hmm.
So why didn't somebody just do like a Bluetooth wideband reprogramming of the droids and have a droid battle between the Empire and the Republic?
Because that would ruin the story.
Alright, so do you want the technical details of how that works?
I think it's a good point. I think it's a valid question.
Well, are we talking
Why
about...
didn't they just go back and do this cyber war between everybody?
So, Actually, they did cover that in Rebels,
Good,
Star Wars
thank you.
Rebels.
Then
Kind
do it.
of.
Then do it.
The Separatist flagships actually got all shut down after the Clone Wars because they were technically under the control of the Emperor because he was controlling both sides.
Okay.
So he made that he wanted the Separatist flagships to be completely, not flagships, but the control ships for the droids and whatnot, completely shut down. There's actually a rogue group of droids that the characters from Star Wars Rebels actually go in. They meet, and Rex, General Rex from the Captain Rex from the Clone Wars animated series. He kind of has like flashbacks to the Clone Wars because he's fighting droids again, and he kind of deals with I'm trying to think.
PTSD.
Yeah, PTSD and everything, because he's like, I hate droids. He hates them. He absolutely hates them. And by the end of the episode, I don't care if you haven't caught up yet, he works with the droids to defeat the Empire on that planet. Not really defeat, but they escape because there's like 3 AT-ATs. They kill 2 of them. There's a whole bunch of stormtroopers and chicken walkers and whatnot. But yeah, so it kind of does get a little bit covered of that. But yeah, most of the droids get shut down because of Order 66.
Shut down, but I'm talking about reprogramming.
Yeah, no, here. Okay, so the schematics for a droid, there are 2 types of droids that exist in the Star Wars universe. There's ones that have a singular heuristic processor, such as like K2SO, C-3PO, R2-D2. And then there are the other ones that are like the battle droids that have a central processing heuristic unit that controls like millions of other little droids, like in the droid battles in episode 1. And like how they were in episode 1. There was like one main processor on like this big capital ship that was controlling all of the millions of droids that were on the planet doing the invasion. So each droid couldn't technically be reprogrammed. Now this kind of leads,
could hack into that main.
Well, this kind of leads into what Jacob is talking about, where Jacob in Rebels specifically stated that the Emperor kind of had all of those things shut down, so that no one had the opportunity to take over all of those droids.
So the potential was there,
and he recognized it, and that's why he got rid of that potential.
So why did it take so long?
Well, it didn't take so long. He did it like right after. He did it in the. He did. But it was
like right after Order 66. He destroyed.
But the droids had been around for.
Well, the droids for the most part were actually gone by the end of movie 2.
Oh, there were droids in episode 1.
And there's episode 3.
There are droids in episode 3?
Yeah.
Like a lot?
Yeah. Remember
you still got the asteroid.
Battle over Coruscant, bro?
There was a bunch of droids in that one?
Yeah. There's droidekas, you got droids, you got super.
Well, droidecars still all exist, and the main thing is that a lot of the processors for those ones are actually in the ships in which they're fighting. And they're not really controlling like a shit ton of ships, or a shit ton of droids. They're just controlling the droids that are on that ship.
But I mean, that's...
Well, even then, you could still hack into, or slice into, sorry, I'm using the proper term.
Yeah.
Slice into the processor and reprogram them from afar and make them blow up the ship.
We'll see. Okay, so there's a different level of security between like K2SO, like a droid that's like K2SO, and like a ship that is in control of like a million other little droids. Yeah. Like a ship that is in control, like the Merchant Federation guys in episode 1 that are like they're giant capital ships that are in control of all those dudes. It's a lot harder to get into that ship and get to the spot where you need in order to hack than to just blow the ship up itself. So it's easier just to do that.
Well, there's got to be some type of wireless communication.
No,
in order to control the individual.
There is, but it's tight band. It's not wide band. So it's essentially like a laser. It's essentially like laser guidance. It's not like Wi-Fi. It's not just I'm sending out a broadband signal everywhere. It's direct signals directly to it. That I mean they can be interrupted. So you can like cut that signal and that'll like end the droid.
Stop the one.
Or many, because I mean there are examples throughout Star Wars where there's like devices that are created that create like a static, like a white noise field that interrupts the signal from like the main processor.
Wide band.
But no, because
it's wider than individual droids.
Well, the thing is it's tight band going to each of the droids, and it bounces between the droids. So the more droids there are, the harder...
the droids themselves communicate.
That's why a lot of them have like a little antenna, and they're able to bounce it. So there's a lot of redundancy built in. But the thing is if you're able to actually get like one of these like static grenades off that could generate white noise or whatever, it'll interrupt that tight beam transmission coming in. It'll like block it, and that'll like end the communication to those droids. But it only does it to like those specific droids. It's a lot harder to get in and actually interrupt like the main signal.
And that's when, like in the Phantom Menace, yes, I'm quoting the Phantom, not really quoting, but when Anakin blows up that flagship, it disrupts all of the signals and whatnot.
Right.
Now, that's when you're dealing with like a main processor that controls millions of other units. Now, in the case of like K2SO, those
that's an individual processor.
That's an individual. That's an individual by individual case, because they have what's literally the equivalent of a positronic brain, like Data on Star Trek.
But they still have the same basic processor.
It's not really that basic, because there's a reason why they wipe droid memories, because they have a tendency to develop personalities.
But they're all built
like R2-D2.
But they're all built the same way. Like C-3PO protocol droids, they're all built the same way. They all have the same basic makeup. So if you can hack into that particular processor, you can make
That's a lot of fucking effort to put into hacking like a bunch of droids, though. I mean, you can get like a handful easily, yeah.
But it could be done.
But the thing is the Rebels, if you're referring to like the Rebellion era, like 4, 5, and 6, that kind of situation would be really fucking hard to get like any serious amount of droids if you're going by an individual basis. Like if you're going one at a time, there's so many, and I mean, they had to do everything without letting the Empire know what the hell they were doing in the first place. So like, just imagine like all of a sudden like an entire ship's worth of droids just disappear. And then show up like a month later, just going like, yeah, no, where were you guys? Oh, we were just out and about. The Empire is going to be like,
we were looking for the droids, guys.
These are the droids we're looking for.
Yeah.
So I mean, like, it would be hard for the Rebels to actually do anything on like an individual droid basis without making it completely obvious of what they're doing.
Okay.
And on top of that, it would require way too much effort to do it on an individual droid basis, like to just go from like droid to droid to droid. There's a reason why you don't see a whole lot of like K2SOs or any kind of droid that was once Imperial but has been like reprogrammed to be Rebels.
I wondered about that.
Because it takes a lot of fucking effort to get it to that point.
Well, it makes me wonder if R2-D2 was ever Imperial to begin with.
As far as I know, he wasn't, actually. The reason R2-D2 is the way he is because he just didn't get a lot of wipes. Memory wipes.
Yeah,
so,
they actually say it in
to
an
avoid
episode
it.
of the Clone Wars. They actually talk about it.
Yeah, I do.
And C-3PO is also the same way. The reason they are like the way they are is because they just don't get regular memory wipes.
Well, C-3PO had to be wipes.
No, he actually... it's really interesting involving C-3PO because they actually cover like some of his story in the comics, where he actually like led a droid rebellion. Yeah.
Is this Legends?
He just said something you don't know about?
Is this Legends? Or is this canon?
This is Legends.
Oh, okay.
I'm pretty certain. It doesn't... It's not canon as far as I know. But he did at one point lead a droid rebellion at one point.
Pansy-ass metal bitch.
He did it unwillingly. He did it unwittingly. Oh. Like, I mean, it just kind of fell
just
into
like how he became an Ewok god. He just kind of fell into it.
Yeah. Like every situation, I mean, the fucking droid is lucky as shit. It just like falls into situations.
Well, I mean, you also have to look at the reason why they didn't get mind wiped that much is because R2 was with Anakin. So I mean, there's no point of mind wiping him because he was just
C-3PO?
No, R2 was always with Anakin.
That's true.
C-3PO was created by Anakin.
Yeah.
But C-3PO usually hung out with Padme.
Yeah.
Most of the time. So I mean, that's just kind of how you have to look at that stuff.
Yeah.
But yeah. Wait, hang on. Was C-3PO with Padme? Sorry. Anyways,
he was
with Padme in Attack of the Clones when they first met up again, when Anakin and Padme.
Yeah, I think so.
Oh,
yeah,
okay.
I think so.
Well, you know.
Yeah, everyone tries to forget episode 2.
Moving on. Out of all the movies, there's so many like cameos per se. So I would want to know what your guys' favorite cameo would be.
From character or person?
Like how, like Daniel Craig was a stormtrooper.
Okay.
Or
Simon Pegg
was Unkar Plutt, or Keira Knightley was not an honor guard. She was a handmaiden for Padme. Oh, fuck. And then the kid.
What was our favorite one?
Yeah, and then the kid from Game of Thrones was Valentique.
Shit. Hang on.
Oh, he was? That
Yeah.
was
I'm
Bran?
trying to think of his name right now.
As far as I know, yeah. No, not Bran. No,
Police officers from
he
Superbad,
plays a character
not
in
Seth
Game of
Rogen,
Thrones.
but the
Though.
other
I know
guy.
that.
He's also
He
in
played a
SNL.
character in
Do you
Game
know
of
what I'm
Thrones?
talking about?
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Interesting. I didn't know that.
Who's the guy? This is completely us. One of the officers from Superbad, not Seth Rogen, but the other guy.
I haven't seen.
Okay, well, do you know who I'm talking about?
I've seen Superbad, but it was a long time ago.
Oh, goodness. Okay. He was also on SNL. I'm trying to think of any.
Will Ferrell?
No,
The guy who sings in Lonely Island.
no. It's the other officer in Superbad. I can't think of any other movies that he's in. He's in SNL.
But anyway, what about that guy?
He plays the voice of BB-8.
BB-8 has a voice?
Apparently
Well,
so.
the Beeps. He's the Beeps.
He's the Beeps.
So okay, so yours is the guy who plays.
I can't remember his name, but yeah.
Okay.
It's so obscure.
Yeah, that's super obscure. I don't really have like a favorite cameo. I never think about it.
Yeah,
I don't really care.
I
Like,
don't either.
I just watch the movies and enjoy them. I mean, it's cool that they do these. I mean, when I found out Daniel Craig, who I know as James Bond, was like fucking
the best real James Bond. Sean Connery is still the best Bond, but
regardless, the current James Bond, Daniel Craig, when I found out that he was a stormtrooper, and that he was the stormtrooper that was like, he was the one that let Rey out.
Yeah.
I was like, that's hilarious. That's great. I love that. That I would say that would have to be my favorite, just because that's the only one that really comes to mind when I think of like cameos. I know that Simon Pegg played Unkar Plutt, and I was like, yeah, that's cool. But I didn't find that out until later. I found out the other stuff before.
I don't know. I don't think it's considered a cameo, though. I mean, it is, but it isn't.
Well, shoot. Just say it.
Christopher Lee as Dooku.
That's not really a cameo.
Yeah, he was a main.
He was the main character, but
Yeah.
he only was in it for a short time.
That's
so
true.
It's true.
he's still
He
kind
was
of
a
cameo.
main character, but he wasn't in the movies a whole lot.
I liked his style.
Fucking Sauron,
best.
man.
Oh yeah, hell yeah.
Sauron came in.
Saruman.
Saruman, yeah.
Saruman.
Saruman.
Sorry.
Alright, fucking Urukai.
Now,
What?
This is the Urukai.
Urukai, yeah.
I would.
It was the Urukai that were like,
Okay, sorry.
Saruman.
Yeah,
I'm so
Dude.
I was like, what are you talking about? They're like, oh yeah.
Holy shit.
I would have to say mine is Benicio del Toro.
Wait,
What?
where did he?
He's the voice of Darth Maul
Benicio del Toro?
What?
Yeah.
And what?
in the Phantom Menace.
In episode 1?
Yeah, because
Yeah,
Ray Park was not the voice; he was just the actor.
That is correct.
Benicio del Toro was the voice.
Holy shit.
Ray Park
Google
was
it.
Ray Park was the actor that did it, but I
Yeah.
don't think he.
No,
They
he
didn't-
didn't.
they
voice.
didn't think-
They didn't like how because when
Was
George
he
Lucas
black?
approached Benicio, he said make him evil. Well, when he tried to do it with Ray Park didn't have a deep enough voice, which is why they went with Benicio's
He was too
voice.
fairy.
Yeah.
So the fucking collector from Guardians
Yeah,
of the
that's true.
Galaxy,
Yeah, he
the
did
collector
do that
from
little
Guardians of the
ballerina
Galaxy is the
move.
voice of Darth Maul.
Yeah.
Man,
Damn.
small fucking
And
moron.
now he's coming back.
Yeah, now he's coming back.
Wait, he is?
Yeah, he's in episode 8.
He's gonna be in episode 8.
What is he? Who's he?
He's
I don't think we really
Benicio
know.
del Toro?
yeah.
I don't think we really know. yet.
He has a name.
No, yeah, no, that was solid.
Yeah.
That was a good one. I like
Good.
that. That was cameo. Made me think, actually. Good on you.
Some bitch.
And so I did a topic, you did a topic, you did a topic.
Jake.
Did I? Yeah, I did.
Do we have time?
Yeah, we have
We
time.
got plenty.
We got time.
Yeah.
No, I mean, like...
Yeah.
Are you sure?
Yeah.
What's your topic?
All right, topic. Hit it. Make it a short one.
30 minutes from now.
Yeah, no shit.
And hey, we're just glad we haven't released the
Okay,
hyena.
then we're gonna do.
Yet.
Yeah.
It's very simple. What's your favorite force power?
Ooh.
Oh.
It's
Oh.
kind of simple because all the other ones will take about 30 minutes to do because they're all nice.
Yeah, no, this is good. This is good.
This is
What's
a good
favorite
one.
force power? I like this.
Force
actually.
nut choke.
Oh,
Nice.
shut up.
What's yours? Let's
Force
go with
lightning.
Tyler. Force lightning? Why?
Even though I'm a Jedi, Force lightning.
Why?
Because it's cool to watch.
Unlimited power!
Yeah.
There's more of a space between unlimited and power.
I don't care.
Oh, okay.
Unlimited power!
That was great. No, that was great. That was good. I like that. That was way too long of a pause. And then it's just like,
it was
Unlimited.
line.
yeah, but he put such an emphasis on the P, like. I like that. That was good.
Oh man.
So this is because it's this cool looking.
Okay.
My favorite. Okay, so your
No,
favorite is
Force
lightning.
lightning, yeah.
And because you think it's cool.
I think it's cool to watch.
You just think it's cool to watch.
Yeah.
They could cook anything.
Yeah.
I wonder if they could cook steaks with that, and how accurately they could do it. How did you want this? Medium well? Rare?
Could you imagine the Emperor being in like a 5-star dining restaurant?
This isn't hot enough.
Unlimited fillets.
Oh my god.
I could dig that. Fucking Darth Vader shows up as your waiter. What would you like? The Pinot Grillo is particularly delicious.
Be careful not to choke on the catfish.
Director credits the hostess.
Where can I put you today?
And the name of the restaurant's just called Dark Side.
The Dark Side.
The Dark Side.
Oh, that's a
Where
perfect name for a
can we put
restaurant.
Boba
Or
Fett?
on the Dark Side.
No, Fett ain't in there.
Fett ain't in there?
No, Fett ain't in there. This is
Alright.
all like Dooku would essentially be like the piano player.
Maul is doing the animal balloons.
Maul's the bartender, bro.
Oh!
The tricks with the
Maul's the
glasses.
bartender, Vader would be the waiter, and then the
yes,
Emperor is the cook.
All he is the top side. He just sits on the bar. And...
Just imagine Vader, or just imagine the Emperor is like a Gordon Ramsay-esque cook. This is not fucking well done!
You have failed me for the last time.
I like it.
There you go. Alright. My favorite, mind trick.
Ooh. Yeah.
Fair enough. Fair enough.
I like the fact that it can be used both light and dark side, and ultimately you can just use it whenever the hell you want to get whatever you want.
I'll go with you because I'm the one who used me.
Force choke. I like to shut people up.
You could do that with Jedi.
Yeah,
you could do that with mind trick. You could do it with mind trick. You could literally no. See, this is a less permanent. That's a less permanent thing, and it's more like
It's pretty
Which
permanent if you
means-
kill them.
which
Well, if you
means
kill
I
them-
can repeat it
but the
as
thing-
often as I'd like.
But the
As
thing
much
is,
as-
if you do
Don't do
the
it,
mind
Tyler.
trick,
But
if you
see, it works.
No.
but the thing is, if you do the mind trick, you can make them forget how to talk.
No,
Yeah.
I like being able to stop them from talking.
You can make them stop breathing with mind trick.
Can make them stop breathing with force choke. Force choke.
It requires too much effort, though. Like, mind
Not
trick
for
is
me,
always
that
just like,
much.
meh. No, mind trick's always like
Do
this.
not
I mean,
choke
you always
on
have to
your
be like
aspirations.
this, or you have to do.
Be
You
careful
always
not
have to do
choking
like the
on your fish.
manifestation of
Right,
the choke, though.
Yeah, but you saw Vader.
Nah, he was
you
more
know
like
that bottom lip was coming
he
out.
was more like this.
Anywho.
But even then,
Nah, mind trick, man.
Or you
Mind
can just
trick.
be like the Joe Sergeant in Full
Lightning's
Metal
cool.
Jacket. Your head, damn it! Bring it to my hand.
Well, that's mine is force grab with Kylo Ren grabbing the stormtrooper with his thing. Kylo Ren grabbing the stormtrooper with his thing. And just choking him like that. Was it a stormtrooper?
No, it was an Imperial officer.
Imperial officer. Yeah, Kylo Ren. Yes, this is the only time. Well, no, there's 2 other times.
Yeah, when he turns around and grabs
he grabbed that guy and started choking with his own hand. That was badass.
I also, if anything, I thought the more cool, like the
when he stopped the blaster.
I was about to say
that was
cool.
a much more interesting use of.
Because it's something we've never seen.
When he stopped projectiles mid-flight.
I do have to change mine if I can, or add an addendum to mine.
All right, go for it.
Okay.
You showed me it. Who was it that stopped the saber with her hand?
Oh, Satele. Yeah.
Oh, in the old
that
subway.
was pretty fucking cool.
Well, she used energy absorption.
Well, I mean,
and she essentially just
that
like
was
the
pretty
lightsaber
cool.
went into her hand, and she just like absorbed the energy into her. But you have to redirect it, otherwise you just burn yourself out.
I mean,
well,
isn't
that
what
would be
Vader
fun
did
too.
With Han Solo
I'll take that.
blasting him. He just
No,
did that.
that isn't redirect.
Yeah,
That's more
no.
like she absorbed, he redirected.
Okay,
Sorry, that's the
okay.
my bad. She absorbed, he redirected.
But I mean, force grab is everyone's dream. There's the remote over there. Force grab, boom, remote. I'm thinking about
Literally,
force
yeah,
grab.
no. I mean, you could just sit at the couch and be like, "I need a drink." Open up the fridge with your mind, pull out the soda.
I still have to go with Force Choke because there are so many times I like to shut him up.
There's many times I'm going to shut him up and I can just force grab his upper lip and just shut it down there.
I tend to go with the Force backhand.
Well, that would be force. That would be the same as his power. Choke is slightly different, but they're both grab.
But yeah, force grab.
Interesting.
Remote.
Alright.
Yeah, that's what
I think that
it really worked out.
worked. That's
Yeah.
it. That's it.
I got a piss.
Alright.
No, I got this.
No, I got a piss. I got a piss.
Thank you all for joining us today on the BlueMilk podcast. Hopefully you learned a thing or two, and also were entertained. By all means, please like, share, and subscribe to all of our content.
And if you would like to fund for our Dark Side restaurant, please contact Dirk or Jake. We'd like to make this a thing.
Yeah, the dark side, that'd be great.
Who would play the Emperor?
Dark.
Dirk. Well, duh. Of course, Dirk. I don't even know why I asked that. Well, thank you guys. Have a good day, night, whatever time it is you're watching this.
Yep. Peace out.
Deuces.
Come to the dark side.